Boom, we're live just like that. Hey everybody, I want to share a little bit about how to break free from feeling nervous or having some angst for an upcoming event. So this is what I mean by that is you have the thoughts or the feelings like, I got this thing upcoming, I'm like kind of anxious about going to it, or you start thinking to yourself like, I don't know who to be, I don't know what to wear, what I'm gonna say, who I'm gonna talk to. That's what I'm talking about with this. So this could be an event, this could be a one-on-one conversation you're having with someone, this could be a personal event like a birthday party, this could be something through business, this could be anything upcoming. And what I wanna say is that I want to just label the word anxiety for a minute, because anxiety, we kind of hear that and sometimes we either cringe or have a certain definition, but anxiety doesn't have to be all good, it doesn't have to be all bad. And I learned this concept from a good buddy of mine, Brian Levinson, who's a wonderful performance coach, executive coach. And if we have a little bit of anxiety, that could really serve us. So an example of that could be if we are about to give a public speech and we have a little bit of anxiety leading up to it, it may help us to prepare for the speech. So just on the spectrum, if you have a little bit of anxiety, that could really serve you. But let's take that example out. So let's say you're going to an event where this is not performance-based event. You're just going to connect, meet people, do whatever it is that you're gonna do. There's usually a few reasons why the anxiety is there. And I'm gonna tackle two of the main reasons. The first reason could be that whatever this thing that is happening in the future is unknown. What I mean by that and why that's scary is we are programmed, our subconscious mind's programmed to keep us safe. So the idea of having something unknown in the future scares us. So oftentimes our minds try to plan or predict what's going to happen in the future. That's why you could have the certain thoughts of, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear, what's so-and-so gonna wear, who's gonna be there, who am I gonna talk to? Your mind's trying to control and predict the future so that you are safe. So just recognize that as one of the reasons why it could show up. The second reason could be that you can potentially feel like if you go there wearing, saying a certain thing, that you're going to be judged. And that scares a lot of us based on how our conditioning was in our upbringing. So if we're going to be judged, then there's the possibility that we may not be liked, we may be rejected, we may be abandoned. So that's why some of that anxiety may be stored in your mind and your body based off stuff that's happened in the past, and you're projecting that subconsciously, not even aware of it, to the future, because you're not sure who you're going to show up as. And if you do show up as this person, then you might be judged and rejected, and it's scary. So let's go with those two main reasons, and how do you actually break free from that? So this was happening, and when I started noticing this was going on, I made a decision. I made the decision to show up as myself. Now everyone's got a whole spectrum on what that looks like for them. There's certain personality traits with themselves that you could fall into or walk into. You could be the Clark Kent, you could be the Superman, you could be whatever that is for you. So I made the decision to show up as me, just fully. I was just gonna put it all out there. What that meant was, let's just say I had an upcoming networking event. I made the decision before I even walked in. I was going to go ask questions I was curious about to people. I was going to get in conversations that were interesting. If I just locked and loaded with one person the entire night, then I was okay to do that. I didn't have any, I wasn't going to have to bounce around the room, whatever. And when I started showing up that way, the results I found were the exact opposite that I was probably fearing for a long time. And so the 3 truths that I uncovered when I did that were that, number 1, you're actually gaining energy when you do that, because you're not spending so much time worrying about what you're gonna do, what you're gonna wear, if you're gonna be accepted. You're just kind of being yourself, which is really awesome. The second thing that you may notice, that I notice, is that it's so much easier when you make that decision to show up, whoever it is that you want to show up as, and you go to the event and you just be that version of you, that it's just super easy. And the third thing is that it's actually a lot of fun. So you're gonna start picking up on things that you've probably been missing for a long time. Things will just slow down. You'll hear things, you'll see things, you're gonna experience things. You're gonna make more connections. And the connections you're gonna make are gonna be much more deep and rich, because you're showing up as yourself and you're not worried about who you're gonna be, what you're gonna say, who you're gonna talk to, what you're gonna wear. So super exciting. That's something I wanted to share with everybody, and I hope that you could take a little bit of that with you if you want. When you start feeling that you got something coming up and you're a little nervous or anxious before you even get there, it's a little bit of self-talk, kind of monitoring what's going on inside yourself, and then making the decision. Just say, hey, you know what? I hear you. I'm going to show up as whoever it is that you want to show up as, and then do it. And the more and more you do that, your courage muscle is going to get stronger and stronger, and then you're going to realize how much freaking fun it is. Go get them.